Welcome to the Empowered Dentist Podcast. This is Dr. Brad Brayman, your host, and I want to thank you for joining us today. I had an interesting experience over the weekend. I got to go fishing with a really nice group of people, and one of them, although all were particularly nice, one of them just had this incredible knack for gratitude. He just kind of oozed out of him. He was anything that happened, he would always find the positive in it. It didn't matter if he lost a fish or if he burned his scrambled eggs in the morning. It was always something that he just seemed to really embody the ethos of gratitude. He'd always find something to be grateful for. So today I'd like to explore the power of gratitude in our lives. And so let's dive into the topic of gratitude and how it can transform our perspectives and transform our lives into something that really is quite extraordinary, as it has done for this gentleman. Incidentally, he's an exceptionally successful real estate broker, owns a very large firm. And I asked him just a bit about this, and he said that there's always something you can learn. There's always something positive in any situation. And I asked him if that contributed to the success of his firm in real estate. He said absolutely. He said he has an easier time attracting good agents because he's always interested in them and wanting to learn new things, and shares gratitude at their morning team meetings. They all share some gratitude, something they're grateful for. And he said it really does make not only finding but keeping good employees, or good, not just employees, but brokers on his team. So let's dive in here. I would say gratitude is more than just saying thank you. Gratitude's a mindset, an attitude, and a way of living that can really bring about significant positive changes in our lives. So today let's discuss what is gratitude, why it's important, and how we can cultivate it in our daily lives, how we can actually make it part of our own ethos. What is gratitude? Well, it is more than just saying thank you. It's the practice of acknowledging and appreciating the good things in our lives, big or small. It's about focusing on what we have rather than what we don't have. And gratitude allows us to shift our perspective and find joy in the present moment. I think it was Sheryl Crow in one of her songs said something about happiness is wanting what you have, not having what you want. Just think about that for a minute. Studies have shown, there's been a fair bit of research done on this, and studies have shown that gratitude has numerous benefits for our own well-being. It can improve and maintain good mental health, increases our happiness, reduces stress, and even strengthens our relationships. And I think that's really a big one. It strengthens our relationships. It strengthens our relationship with ourselves, with our family, with our friends, with our teammates, with our employees, with our colleagues. I think it's very, very far-reaching. I don't think there's a limit to the benefits of gratitude and how it can impact not just us but those around us, and that all comes back, of course, in multiplied to us. So you might be wondering, how can I cultivate this gratitude thing in my own life? The good news is it can be learned. It's a habit, just like anything else. We'll tackle habits in another podcast, but for the purpose of this, just consider that it is a habit. Being grateful is a habit, just like anything else that we may want to have a habit around, such as brushing your teeth or going to bed at a good, decent hour, eating well, whatever habits you may want to have. Gratitude's very, very insertable into our lives. There's three things that are particularly useful when making this a habit. There is a gratitude journal. I believe such a thing even exists on Amazon. I think you can just buy a gratitude journal. In fact, I know you can because I have one, and I use it. It's pretty interesting, gratifying, I think, to see how that has really changed my life. It's very simple. You just take a few minutes each day to write down 3 things you're grateful for. And you can do this even without the official, if you want to call it that, journal. You just do it with a 3-ring binder or a spiral notebook. Just write down 3 things you're grateful for. Doesn't matter how seemingly small they are, but it's the fact that you notice them and appreciate them. Maybe it's just a beautiful sunset or a beautiful green tree outside your window. If it's wintertime and you happen to get snow, maybe it's a snow-covered fir tree in the forest alongside the road as you're driving. It can be as significant as the love of a family member. It can be as significant as a major accomplishment that you have been able to pull off. And just reflecting on these positive aspects of your life can help shift your focus towards gratitude. And reviewing this journal, reviewing the things you've written down in the past, brings them back. And the more you do that, the more it will become a habit. Thank you notes are another one. Just write a heartfelt thank you note to someone who's had a positive impact on your life, something they did that was nice for you, even if it's so seemingly small that they may not even notice that it had an impact on you. That'll blow them away. It benefits you by keeping you in the gratitude mindset, but it also strengthens your relationships and it spreads that positivity to others. I think that's an important part of being an inhabitant of this earth, is spreading positivity to others, spreading kindness, spreading joy, and gratitude. You can take something as small as your team member stopping to pick up a stray piece of paper on the floor, or maybe a paper clip or a staple, something in the office that they notice, that they notice it, they take the time to pick it up. Express some gratitude to them. They probably didn't even think about picking it up because they just did it without being, certainly not expecting any kind of accolade for it. But just say, hey, thanks, I really appreciate you stopping to pick that up. Notice the small things, and you don't have to write them a thank you card. Just say something. Something I found really powerful in my practice was to be complimentary and grateful to my team member in front of patients. I think that goes a long way to foster the feeling of competence, the feeling of caring for our patients, so they know that we care. And obviously, we don't want to be we don't want this to be something that comes across as opportunistic, but express sincere gratitude. Maybe your assistant did a fantastic job loading that veneer with bonding resin. There's no bubbles, perfectly feathered to the edges. Let her know. Those things are really important. The third thing is mindful appreciation. Just take a moment every day to fully appreciate the present moment. What's going on around you? What are the things that you see, that you hear, that you taste, that you smell? Anything you take in through your senses, that you touch. Be grateful. Find something in those for which you are grateful. It's very easy to do once you make it a habit. And going back and reviewing that journal will help you to kind of come back and focus on those things. Remember, gratitude's a choice. It's about constantly, consciously choosing to see the good in our lives, even during challenging times. By shifting our focus towards gratitude, we can transform our lives into something quite remarkable. And it also transforms the lives of those around us. Before we conclude, this is a really key point. Gratitude is not about ignoring the negative things in our lives and just putting on rose-colored glasses and pretending everything's all hunky-dory. It's about actually acknowledging the negative things and consciously choosing to focus on the things that bring us joy and uplift us. Life's filled with ups and downs. I mean, we've all experienced all manner of ups and downs. And it's natural and quite unavoidable, I think, to face challenges and setbacks. Gratitude doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect or denying our emotions. Instead, it's about recognizing the difficulties while actively seeking the positive aspects that coexist alongside them. Maybe not even alongside them. Maybe there are positive aspects of a negative situation that actually occur within those negative situations. As you embrace gratitude in your life, it's not about, keep in mind, it's not about suppressing negative emotions or pretending they don't exist. It's about finding the silver linings, the lessons, and the moments of joy that can coexist with our challenges. It's really important to not deny yourself those negative emotions. Experience them. Feel them. A favorite philosopher of mine named Rick Mercer has a saying that I think really captures this. And the quote is, "Contrast is the essence of vision." And if you think about that in terms of a black and white photograph, if it's all gray, well, it's all gray. Without contrast, you have no picture. Without contrast, you have no vision. So it's important to experience the whole range of emotions. And then once you have experienced the entire range of emotions in any given situation, it makes it your choice. Because now you have all of those things. Now you get to choose the things on which you're going to focus. So with that understanding, let's continue this cultivation of gratitude in our daily lives, honoring both the ups and downs and creating a space where gratitude can flourish. Something else to be aware of that we all face more and more as time goes on is media, whether it be social media, whether it be news media. Be really aware of what you're consuming. These constant streams of negativity can dramatically impact our well-being. And we need to make conscious choices to protect our mental and emotional well-being. If you constantly consume negative news, CNN equals constantly negative news, if you consistently consume that, it will begin to shift your mind to constant negativity and worry and fear. About worry. This was an interesting quote about worry. I can't remember to whom I need to attribute it, so I'll just throw it out there. And if this was you, let me know. The quote is, "Worry is the interest you pay on borrowed trouble." Think about that for a while. You're worrying. Worrying means you're giving time and space and negativity to something that may well not happen. In fact, it's been well researched and well documented that the things on which we focus are the things that are likely to occur. So if we spend our time and energy worrying about something that may or may not happen, we actually increase the likelihood of that happening. That's not something any one of us wants to be a part of. So be very, very cognizant of that. Social media. If you're always part of some social media, something where everybody's trying to make their lives look better than yours, and they're talking about how great their lives are, and we all know that most of it's baloney. So be very careful the conversations with which you spend your time. The fastest way, the easiest way to not lose a game of tug of war is don't pick up the rope. So if you're involved in a conversation, whether it be with another person, a group, or on social media, or if you're considering becoming involved in it, consider what's the point of being part of this? Don't pick up the rope. Set some boundaries with the information that you consume. And in doing that, you'll make room for the positive narratives, uplifting stories, and things that inspire us and remind us of the goodness in the world, rather than dragging us down into the muck of the world. And both are there. Just like experiencing a whole range of emotions in any given situation, once you have acknowledged everything that's part of this, now you have the choice whether you want to be part of the negative or whether you want to be part of the positive. And this doesn't mean turning a blind eye to important issues or being ignorant of what's happening around us. It means consciously choosing the balance between staying informed and nurturing our well-being. That's a fine line sometimes, but it's well worth it, because you do have the choice. If you find yourself feeling sad, feeling down, feeling depressed, just feeling all around cruddy, look around you and what sorts of things are you surrounding yourself with? Always be aware of that. As you reflect on your gratitude practice, consider the impact of the media that you consume. Are there ways that you can create healthier boundaries? Can you incorporate sources of inspiration and positivity into your daily life? Remember, gratitude is not just about acknowledging the good within ourselves, it's about also creating an environment that fosters gratitude. So let's choose to surround ourselves with influences that uplift us and contribute to our overall well-being. With that in mind, let's continue to cultivate and grow, build, and embrace the power that gratitude holds to transform our lives, even in the face of a sometimes overwhelming and pretty daunting world. Be that beacon of light that everybody wants to be around. Your life will be dramatically improved. The lives of those around you will be dramatically improved. You'll find your friends, those people who are really your friends, to be much more engaged with you. And those people who just constantly want to dump their negativity on you, they're probably not friends. Set some boundaries with them. They are. Remember the Death Eater characters from Harry Potter? They swoop in and they suck the life out of you. We all have known at some point in our lives, and hopefully don't anymore. I can certainly say I don't, because in 2016 I kind of made a list of people with whom I associated, and the people who delivered negativity and sucked the life out of me on a routine basis, I cut ties with them. And it has been a tremendous experience, incredibly freeing. So consider that. Set some parameters and some boundaries with those people that want to suck the life out of you. You don't have to let them do it. It's your choice. So with that, I want to say thank you for joining us for another episode of the Empowered Dentist Podcast. And let's make gratitude a daily practice. Thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and look for the next opportunity to express some gratitude to yourself and to those around you.